Right. Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me. I'm just going to quickly check that you can hear me. Let's find out. Yep, I can hear myself, which means you can hear me. Welcome, everyone, to PRL Tier 2. We are here for round 7 around COTA for what hopefully should be the continuation of an exciting title battle that we got going on here. I'll quickly run you through the standings after the last round in the Netherlands. We have Farth on top of the drivers on 115 points. Then we got Dust on 106, LX, his teammate on 101, and Kadoy not too far back on 99. And then the constructors, which was a little bit more distance after the last race with a AlphaTauri 1-2. We have AlphaTauri ahead on 206 and then Red Bull behind on 181. Do you need any more reserves? No, we're all good. Thank you, Jimmy. You just enjoy the stream. McLaren on 127, and then quite a few cars behind, or teams even behind. Scuderia Ferrari on 117, Alpine on 113, and Alfa Romeo on 104. So that is a state of play. Jimmy says he'll be watching as he got nothing better to do. Thank you, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We have 18 drivers, which is pretty good considering we have about 10 full-timers, if that even. As I'm on I'm on a different screen today, and the graphics are incredible, so I'm going to be enjoying it. Hopefully, the internet should be a lot better today. I know. What's the beverage today? Well, you got to guess. Yeah, hopefully the internet should be a lot better. It already looked a lot better in the lobby. So hopefully no issues and the stream stays put and stable. And we are here at COTA. One of my favourite tracks. I love it. It is a very good one to drive. Also produces some very good racing, especially in the second sector. The DRS is not too powerful. Usually you're alongside going into the tight left-hander. So hopefully we should get some good clean battles. I know there are a lot of clean drivers. We do have a couple of tier 1 guys in here today. My admin team of Daedric, Stinky, and Rambler isn't here actually. No one knows where he is. He's probably sleeping. So hopefully he gets a good sleep. But we do have Stinky and Daedric. They will be starting from the back just to cause as little issues as possible. Just because they are tier 1 guys. But I'm sure they will have a good fight through the field. And we will get the trap map even. Does it contain alcohol? It does. It always contains alcohol on a Friday, Jimmy. Daedric, actually I did say that Stinky and Daedric could set some times on inters, so they're going to be doing that. So we'll keep a keen eye to see which of them comes out on top. We will go lap data as well. That should be good. And what was it? No, not that. Gap to leader. Lovely. Right, we'll go with LX. He's at the top of the timing board. As the sun is incredibly bright, we're going to be on board with LX, and he's going to get us underway and probably set the first lap of this Tier 2 Round 7. The man chasing his first championship here in his first season. He gets into turn 1 nicely, clips the apex, and gets on the power very, very nicely. Now coming into this S section, even easy for me to say, very, very easy to invalidate if you take too much curb on the inside. But he seems like he's done that very nicely, keeping it tight. Has a little bit of a wiggle, it looked like, as he sets a bubble first sector, not surprising. And he gets that first sector cleaned and done nicely. Looks like we have someone up ahead of him who has had, it's neither cider or beer. It's a bit more sophisticated today. LX clips the apex very, very nicely. This is looking like a fantastic lap from him so far. He may be setting the benchmark. LX on the back straight with the sun in his eyes. I wonder how much that's going to affect the drivers today. You can usually get away with it. It's not too bad, but I'd rather not have it. So these guys, I imagine, will be the same. Not a cocktail. That would be very fancy. Although I do work in a cocktail bar, so maybe I should be making myself some. Jens puts in a 32.9 to start. Bloody hell, that's quick. That is very quick. Jens, who I believe was the pole sitter in Bahrain, is and had a very good race with Dust and Farth. So we know he's got pace. So LX is going to be the one to come across the line next. Can he challenge what is a fantastic lap from Jens? Hope he doesn't invalidate. What's he going to do? It's going to be a 33.7. Wow, incredible lap time from Jens. So he's almost 7/10 clear of the guys ahead of him. And he said that his friends, as Leon is gone 1/10 behind him. So these guys are looking very, very quick. Rum Cake today as well. Nope, not a Rum Coke. Mitch in P5, almost a second and a half off the guys ahead. Jaden on his outlap. We've got Stinky and Daedric in the pits. Is Daedric in the pits? They are. They're just going to do inters. Who will go on board with next? Iron Kids, we'll see. He's invalidated already, looks like. So that is him done. Looks like he needs to get out of the way. He does nicely. Who else we got? Skillets coming up to the final sector and the final couple of turns. What is he going to do? Godoy puts it 5/10 behind the guys ahead. Skillet almost invalidates and he's going to do a 35.6, so that is way off. That's 2.5 seconds off even. So he's got a lot more time to find. Mons goes 19 seconds behind. So I imagine he's got a bit more time. But yeah, that is really, really quick from the guys ahead. So, Bourbon. Oh, no. That would be fancy. As it looks like Leon on his outlap is doing a little bit of drifting. We will jump aboard with Jaden and we'll see what he can do in terms of lap time. As we get turned into the first corner nicely, takes the curb on the exit. Not a martini, not a Corona. Martini's a cocktail, Jimmy. You asked me if it was a cocktail. As it looks like Jaden has set the fastest first sector. Not a Corona, it's not a beer or a cider. Yeah, it is, Jimmy. Well, it depends what martini you're talking about. I don't drink, so no, I'd be worried if you did, mate. Yes, it is, Jimmy. It is, Jimmy. Spirit. It's not a spirit. You're all barking up the wrong tree here. As Jaden comes down past the main straight, looking like he's on for a very, very good lap time. And that is a fastest second sector as well. Dust is still in the pits, so he's going to wait to do 2 laps and save a set of softs. As it looks like Jaden is on a very, very good lap at the moment. It's not a beer, it's not a cider, it's not a cocktail. Come on, you must know more alcoholic drinks, Jimmy. As Jaden is going to come across the line in a couple of seconds. And what time is it going to be from him? It is a 33.0. And that is 1.5 tenths behind. Sorry, I was getting distracted. Speedy Bullets has messaged you, everyone's favourite. So we have had only 9 people set a lap. So people got work to do. Iron Kids, is he setting a lap time or is he about to set a lap time? He is, and he's 1.5 tenths off. So he's got more time to find. I think that might be on the same set of softs that he invalidated on. So that is not surprising. Simon, who I believe was on a lap, he's done a fastest first sector, or second sector even. So he's got some pace in that car. Although I'm not sure I trust the purple sectors on this game, because it said that Jaden was full purple 3 sectors and he is 10.5 down. So these guys are setting the pace up front. Can Simon get anywhere near? Seems to have found his cooling in tier 2 a little bit. Has a little bit of a moment coming out, and he does a 33.1. 2.5 tenths off. Go on, Simon. This man is reinvigorated in tier 2, and I'm all here for it. We've got Kadoy, Bully and Alex all on outlaps. I imagine that these guys can definitely go quicker. I will say that Bully and Alex usually have better race pace than they do qualifying pace, even though Alex has 2 pole positions. We are still yet to see Dust. Dust is chilling out at the back, who is the closest contender to Farth at the moment. Farth not being here, I should have said. We do have 2 Red Bulls, so the fight between Red Bull and AlphaTauri is going to continue. But just not with Farth, our championship leader. So this is a very, very good chance for Kadoy and the 2 AlphaTauris to jump him in the driver's standings. And at the moment, Kadoy is looking set to do that with a 5th place. Dust is still in the pit. Stinky Pinky on his outlap on the intermediates. We'll see what he can do. Right on board with him for a little bit. As it looks like he is about to come up turn 1. Let's see, can he get the kart turned in nicely? That looks nice and slow. As that red light flashing. And it's car number of 69. Lovely. And that is turning a lot better than I thought it would look, actually. He's getting it turned in nicely. And almost invalidates there. The grip is going to start going away from him. It's not some sort of gin. Not some sort of gin, mate. He might well put it up into P12, which would be very impressive if he does. Who else we got an outlap? Looks like Jaden is invalidated. Simon has done his. Kadoy is going to be the one to watch at the moment. We will see whether he can improve by almost 5 tenths. Looks like he went a little bit deep into the corner there, so that might cost him on the run down to the S's. But he will gain that time back, hopefully through these corners. Looks like he's done it nicely. The one's a little bit wide. Really one's wide there, but carrying quite a lot of speed. So hopefully he hasn't lost too much. And he is 74 hundredths down on his time. And it looks like he's backed off a little bit. And it's just going to let, I think that might be Bully through. So Kadoy has not had the best of first sectors and is aboard his lap. What can Bully do? I think we missed the first sector split. But hopefully for his sake he is up on it, gets it turned in nicely onto the straight and gets a very nice exit, so we'll be gaining a lot of time, and we will see whether he has the 7.5 tenths needed to challenge for pole. Looking unlikely at the moment as I take a sip from my mystery drink. Alex is almost a tenth up on his, not rum, it's not a spirit, lads, it's not a spirit. Alex almost a tenth up on his time, so he's really gonna have to get a move on. And it comes across and it is a 33.4, so still almost 5 tenths off the best time. It's Leon up on his time, only just behind his time. So will he be the one to dethrone his mate? Jens at the top of the timing sheets. It's not Tequila. Jimmy, it's not a spirit. It's not a spirit, alright? And it's a 33.6 from Leon. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's tier 1 pace. That is tier 1 pace. I didn't realise these guys were that quick. Wowzers. Alright. Okay, Jaden on his lap. I'm probably sure on a second set of softs. He's almost 5 thousandths up on this time. Looks like we got a... Williams just sat on the side of the road. Was that Iron Kid? It was. He was getting out of the way very nicely. We will jump back on board with Jaden and see what he can do. Looks like Bully didn't improve on his time. Oh, and he's lost it. And that is not going to be any improvement for him. Jens still in the pits. Kadoy is a 10.5 up on his best time. So he must have backed out of his second set. But he's going to have to get a real move on this lap. And then another outlap, as he looks like the tyres are starting to scream at him a little bit. And there you go, he's 10.5 down. So he, I imagine, will be coming into the pits, strapping on the last set of softs. And at the moment, it is the top 4 that are all in contention for pole. Although Leon with we'll call it a 32.7. That is an incredibly quick lap time from him. As Kadoy is still going for that. He's going to carry it now. He's going to come into the pits. Mitch on his lap is 2 tenths up on his time. So hopefully for his sake, he will be able to improve. Looks like they've got a McLaren ahead of him. Is that triple? It is not. That's Daedric. Hopefully Daedric gets out of the way. We will see if he does, although he's on the intermediates. So as Mitch is 6 tenths up. So he's found a lot of time. Get out of the way, Daedric. There we go. Lovely stuff. Hopefully Mitch runs quite a lot wide actually. Will have lost a bit of time there on the tight right-hander, or the long right-hander even. But coming up to the final corner, what is it going to be for Mitch as he runs really wide and has to really correct it to stay within the white lines? And it's only 1.1 seconds off, so he definitely lost 2 tenths off, 2 tenths even. As we are still waiting. Simon doing fantastically well up in P4. As Aramleth is alive. A bit too late. As Simon is the first one of the top 7 to come out for his final lap. Looks like Jaden Jens. Did Aramleth fall asleep? He did exactly that. He did exactly that. Bully is on his outlap. He's definitely got more time in the bank. Alex, I imagine, as well. Kadoy almost certainly has time. And Simon probably, considering he set his time quite early on. But do Jaden, Jens and Leon all have time in theirs? Looks like Leon is in on his outlap with his mate Jaden right behind him. I still have no clue what you're drinking. Think of right. So what do we know it isn't, Jimmy? We know it isn't a spirit. We know it isn't beer, and we know it's not cider. So what other alcoholic drinks are there? Like really common ones that all adults drink. It's a very adult drink. Not saying I'm an adult, which I am. Legally, maybe not mentally. Spirit, beer, cider, or cocktail. It's none of them. You got it. So what are you missing out of them? There's probably 4 famous drinks. So you got spirit, beer, cider, and what? As I'm going to end up missing the final shootout. I don't know, because I rarely learn about drinking. Draft. That's beer. You'll kick yourself once you know it. Once you hear it. As everyone is getting ready for their final laps. And it looks like it might well be a shootout between the top 4. As Maurizio Morris sent one down the inside of his teammate. The 2 Haas teammates are racing. Maurizio, who hasn't even set a time yet. Elici, Brandy. It's a spirit, mate. It is a spirit. Kadoy is going to be, it looks like it is going to be, or is Simon on his time? He is almost a 10th down on his best time, so he's got a lot more time to find in the 2nd and 3rd sectors. Who else is on the lap? Kadoy is just starting his. Alex is a 10th and a half up on his best first sector, so he will hoping to be finding even more time. Bulle, I did not quite check, so we will see what he can do coming into the 2nd sector. And he's 2.8, almost 3 tenths down, so no improvement from Bully, and he's the rear is really stepping out. Alex is still a 10th and a half up. Kadoy, it looks like we have missed his first sector. That's a shame. Simon is 3 tenths down. Jaden looks like he has ruined his lap. Jens is... We will find out. He's a 10th down on his time. Leon, we will see whether he can go any quicker. But the man we know is going quicker is Alex even. 3.5 tenths up on his time. Can he find even more time in the last sector? Almost has a little bit of a moment. And it's a 33.1 from him. So that puts him up into P4. Very nicely done from him. Jaden, I believe, is a 10th down on his best time. Jens, we will see when he comes into the 2nd sector split. Leon looks like he's been impeded a little bit by his teammate. Oh, it's... Fucking hell, Maurizio. Oh my god. Give me 2 seconds. Skillet, you're in a... Yeah, what the fuck was he doing there, indeed? Maurizio Mora retired from the session. Probably for the best. Skillet, you are in P11, mate. And that looks like it is it. Jens couldn't improve on his time. Jaden couldn't improve on his time. So Alex is in P4, Simon in P5. It looks like Kadoy and Bully couldn't improve on their times either. As I think Maurizio, this may well be his last race in Tier 2, because he murdered quite a lot of people last race. Might go for a send up the inside. There we go. That is the classification. We have Leon with a 32.7, which is very, very quick, and I imagine will be his last Tier 2 race as well. The Dutchman in P1 with a 32.7. Then we've got Jens in P2, Jaden in P3, Alex in P4, Simon in P5, Kadoy in P6, Bully in P7, Mitch in P8, Iron Kid in P9, Dust in P10, only P10 for Dust, Skillet in P11, Alici in P12, Bonds in P13, 14 is Triple, 15th is Chris Piper, 16th and 17th. So Stinky won the Inters battle, and Maurizio probably justifiably is last. And there we have it. There we have it. Lovely. Looks like we are dry here in COTA for the race. I imagine we will not get any rain. We never really do at COTA. And the game, as is customary, is not going to let me see anything. We have no formation lap today, as it tends to glitch out the lobby. As no one has guessed the drink yet. No one has guessed the drink yet. You guys need to get on it. And when are we going to get underway? It looks like we're 2 lights, we're 3 lights, we're 4 lights, we are 5 lights, and we are underway here in COTA. No safety car, which is the best thing I have ever said in my life. And it looks like Leon has got a fantastic start. Is Jens going to send one down the inside? It looks like he thinks better of it. Simon almost takes out the Mercedes. Looks like there's chaos down the back. Looks like quite a few people have run wide. And Alex has made his way up into P3. We'll find out the position changes. And the tyre, Delta as well. Not Delta, sorry, the tyre. Oh god, where is it? Where is it? There we go. Leon up in first in the hards. Looks like we've had a couple people, maybe Maurizio getting past Diedrich. And we do not want that one. We want... I should have... If I could do this before, that would be lovely, yeah. Looks like Leon has been passed by Jens on those soft tyres. No, not that one. There we go, there we go. Leon coming back at our race leader for the moment. Is he going to try and make a move down the inside? Jens does not leave him the space on the outside. We've got Alex on those mediums, who's going to be wanting to get past Leon as quickly as possible. Looks like Dust on those hard tyres. It's down in P12, fast closest challenger. Yaden is up in P4 on the hard tyres, under pressure from Simon. Bully as well on the hard tyres. Looks like we've had Maurizio Mora, who's had a bit of a moment in P18, but we don't cry too much. Looks like Alici, Christie and Dust are going side by side. Maurizio spun. Oh dear. Anyway, Stinky Pinky on softs as Jens sets the fastest lap of the race. Unsurprisingly, Alex is going to be wanting to get past the Haas ahead of him as quickly as possible. We'll turn on the telemetry. and we'll see how much ERS these guys are on. Looks like Jens has really burned his ERS, but at the moment has a little wiggle out of the corner as well. Looks like he can not break that DRS at the moment. Jaden has loft touch and is really under pressure from Simon, so we'll see whether Simon will make a move down the straight if he can, with that 78% ERS that he does have. We're going to have a lot of penalties today, I imagine. I'll be surprised if we don't. Kadoy, was that Mons? Looks like he, Daedric, Skillet and Chris, a bit detached from the back of the pack, excuse me. And it looks like Alichi and Dust really need to get a move on Dust for his championship chances. He's going to make the move on Alichi as quickly as possible. He's got all the ERS in the world. Alichi both using them. Dust is just backing off. He probably needs to make this move as quickly as possible and uses it again. Is he going to send one down the inside if he can? He's going to think about it. He goes for it, and Alichi just is going to hang it around the outside. Good racing from these two. Dust is going to try one round the outside. Hello, Henson. Is Alichi going to give him the room? It looks like he is. And can Dust make this move down the inside? Very, very good racing from these two. Alichi still there. He's not given up, and it looks like he's still got that place. So Alichi is defending for his life, and this is not helping Dust all in the slightest. Alex dropping back a bit from these guys, actually. As Jens says, the fastest lap of the race, and Alex already out of the DRS zone. Jaden really dropping off as well on the hard tyres. Leon looking like he's got some serious pace at the moment. Simon, Mitch and Bully all in the DRS zone of Jaden ahead. Kadoy looks like he's got past Stinky Pinky. Stinky Pinky's going to go for the switchback with the ERS on. It can be brave to make it around the outside here, and it looks like Kadoy's just ahead. Are they going to go side by side? They are. Oh, yeah, you can see that one coming. It's not Tequila Jimmy. As Stinky Pinky hopefully hasn't lost any wing. Looks like he's got his M plates all facing the right way. He might be under attack from Iron Kid now. But Stinky Pinky, very nicely done on those soft tyres up into P9. As it looks like we might be heading for a two-way battle for the win. As Jens has really, really drained his battery to try and stay ahead. You should ban Jimmy from that comment alone. I can't remember what he said, to be honest. Was it something about tequila? Yes, he still hasn't guessed the drink, so he needs to get a move on. Jaden is going to be under pressure from the guys behind him. That is Simon and Mitch on those medium tyres. As for the championship, Dust still behind Alichi. Is he going to try and make the move? He is just stuck behind the Alfa Romeo at the moment. He typed out the tequila, so yeah, maybe in 24-hour timeout, maybe. Yeah, Dust really needs to get past Alichi if he wants a chance at making up some more positions. Chris Piper picks up a 3-second penalty, so we've got Mons and Chris Piper picking up penalties within 4 laps. Very impressive. As there we go, Dust makes a move down the inside and will be wanting to move his way through the field. Alichi's going to come back at him. He's not, just doesn't have quite the angle or the traction. Looks like Simon is now under pressure even from Mitch, who looks like he definitely cut the corner. Triple and Iron Kid are joining the penalty list. Alex looking like he's got the pace of Jens. Jens said these guys are my pace, and Leon is almost certainly not their pace. So Leon might be a tier 1 reserve from now on. Jaden and Jens, they're on pace at least from the front. So we'll work out what we do with them. Jaden is definitely not using too much ERS. Is Simon going to make a move? Is Mitch going to make a move down the inside of Simon? Simon goes pretty deep. He's going to hold on to that position, but does not have much ERS to play with. Has really burned it. Bullet looking pretty comfy in P7 on those hard tyres, so we'll definitely have an advantage when it comes to maybe 3 or 4 of the drivers ahead of him. And it looks like Jens has been passed by Leon for the lead of this race. And Leon on those hard tyres, I imagine, will streak away with this. Wine. Jimmy, he's got it in 1. As Jens picks up a 3-second penalty already. So even more comfort for Leon ahead. As Alex will be wanting to push and get back in the DRS of the guys ahead. With not much ERS to play with, but if he can get within that second, he is going to be looking pretty. And it looks like he's starting to fall back a little bit. Simon still stuck behind the Mercedes. I fucking forgot wine existed, bro. I told you to kick yourself. As Simon really struggling through the S's with the dirty hair ahead of him of the Mercedes. It looks like Mitch is definitely the quicker guy at this stage with more ERS. So can he be the one to make a move and then challenge Jaden ahead? Jaden's still looking pretty comfy. Maybe his biggest challenger is going to be Bully at the end of this race. We've got no safety cars. I imagine we won't have any safety cars. COTA is very wide with a lot of runoff. And here we go. We will jump off board with Mitch and see whether he cruises past Simon. He's getting closer and closer to the Alpine ahead of him. Dribble picks up another 3-second penalty. That's 6 seconds in 5 laps for him. And there we go. Mitch makes the move down the inside. Is Simon going to try and fight it back? It looks like he is, and he just tucks in. And thinks better of it. Lives to fight another day. Very sensible from him. And Mitch will now be wanting to chase after the Mercedes of Jaden ahead of him. As it looks like we have had triple retire from the session. Where is that? That's at the tight left-hander. That's not going to bring out a safety car or anything. Triple has retired. Maybe just struggling. I think he was on controller today and he's used to wheel. So maybe not the best from him in terms of how comfortable he's feeling. It looks like Alex is starting to drop off the back of Jens. Jens still in the DRS zone of Leon ahead of him. So Alex is going to find that pretty tough. And Mitch is going to be the one we are looking at to see whether he can make a move on the Mercedes ahead of him. This is the worst drive I've ever had. Oh my days. Yeah. Well, you can't really blame yourself, mate. You're not on your native way of driving. I know for sure if I jumped. It looks like we've had Bully. Has Bully spun? Bully has spun again. He has spun so many times in the last few races, and he's now under threat from Diedrich Prinz. What happened to Triple? Yeah, Triple just retired. Couldn't be bothered, which is fair enough because he was really struggling. The clouds are noticeably getting darker. Are we going to have some rain? After me jinxing it and saying we weren't going to have any rain. Looks like Jaden is now catching up to the back of LX. LX, still in the championship battle, is looking fantastic right now. Dust, who has made his way past Alici Christie quite a while ago, has now caught up to the back of Iron Kid and Stinky Pinky, and we're wanting to take advantage of any contact. It looks like Iron Kid almost touches the back of Stinky Pinky. Dust will probably still not have the best tyres. I imagine Iron Kid's tyres are going to be the quickest at the moment. Looks like we've had another yellow flag. Who's that? Is that Jens who spun? Jens has spun, the P2 man, coming out of the tight right-hander. He's still ghosted. And that gives Alex E another position. Gives Dust another position as well. We'll be catching up with these guys. And as well, Kadoy is looking pretty comfy at the moment on those hard tyres. Is this why his sister was messaging us? I don't want to know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Dust looking like he's trying to make a move on Iron Kid. With the ERS, he's probably going to have to wait till the straight. Stinky Pinky still holding on very nicely in P7 on those soft tyres, which I imagine will be feeling pretty rough at the moment. Jaden is now within the DRS of LX ahead of him, and is not really dragging Mitch along. Mitch is almost certainly, do you not have the full chat up? No, I'd rather not know, to be honest. Mitch is dragging Simon along in the DRS, gives Simon a chance to recharge some DRS, or ERS even. And Kadoy is closing in up to the back of these guys as well. So the man at the moment who is looking best to take the championship lead is Alex, although it looks like Dust has made his way past Iron Kid. So Dust will definitely have some pace. He is not too far behind the guys ahead. If he can get past Stinky Pinky, he has definitely a chance to close up to 6th, 5th, 4th, and maybe 3rd actually. Mons with another 3-second penalty. So those guys at the back are struggling quite a lot with keeping the track limits. Leon has picked up a 3-second penalty though. How crucial could that be? Come a safety car. Mitch is not closing in to the back of Jaden, who is closing in to the back of LX. Looks like we've had Iron Kid retire from the session, and is that going to be a safety car? It's not. Where did he retire? Let me quickly, we'll go and jump over with Rich and we'll see. Oh, no, maybe not. So Iron Kid's retired. Looks like Dust has got past Stinky Pinky into turn 1. Very nice done from him. I'll be surprised if Stinky Pinky makes that move. He will not have much life left in those as he's trying to hang it around the outside. That's brave. That's really brave from Stinky. Fantastic move from him, and he's made his way past. And is that going to hold up Dust even more? Hello, Exceleste. I think that's Exceleste. Your username is Exacenth, so I'm not quite sure. But I imagine it is. So Dust is going to have to do that move all over again. He's going to have the benefit of DRS and the benefit of Stinky not having any ERS, although Dust does not have a whole lot himself. He's got Jens and Bully close behind, so he needs to get this done as quickly as possible. Looks like Maurizio Mora's retired from the session. Is that going to bring out a safety car? No, it's not. So the runoff really not good for safety car bringing out. That's not a phrase. As Dust gets past Stinky Pinky pretty nicely, Maurizio has left the session. Probably for the better. Kadoy is just starting to close up to Simon and Mitch ahead of him. No, my idol Maurizio. Yeah, sorry, mate. Iron Kid's left the session as well. As Alex is been passed by Jaden. Jaden, who apparently safety car is off? Who said that? Let's find out. Oh, come on, man. Safety car off. Lovely. Right. Apologies for that. I didn't host the lobby, but yeah. Okay, no safety cars today then. It's going to be a straight fight to the end of this race. We may get some rain, which might spice things up a little bit. As Alex is still holding on to the back of Jaden. Give me 2 seconds. Right, well, we're going to have a no safety car race to the end. At least we know the strategies can play out. Although it is not affecting Chris Piper, unfortunately. Who is down the back in 15th even. Driving on controller is the worst experience ever. I do agree, especially if you've done for a while. Looks like Kadoy is right on the back of Simon and Mitch. Alex has managed to get back past Jaden. So very nicely done from those two in terms of racing. And I imagine these guys will maybe want to work together to see if they can close up even a little bit to Leon, who is cruising away with this race. Jens looks like he's got past Billy going into turn 1. It's a nice done from him. Dust up in P7 has managed to get past Stinky, but is 6.7 away from the guys ahead. So he's going to have to get a move on if he wants to join up to the back of this race. Looks like Jaden has got past Alex. That was in the S's, so very nicely done from him. That must have been an incredible move, unless Alex made a bit of a mistake. Looks like we have the Alfa Romeo of Alici and Diedrich all going side to side, side by side even, as Diedrich has a little bit of a moment. And Kadoy, is he going to try and make a move? He's got no ERS. Simon has no ERS. Mitch does have ERS and is well within the DRS of Alex, who is well within the DRS of Jaden ahead of him. So these guys might well be in a bit of a train for the moment. Looks like Alici Christie has had a spin, unfortunately. Looks like no one has been taken out. The racing standards have been very good. The 6.7 up front, look at that. Leon will never be racing in Tier 2 again. Kadoy picks up a 3-second penalty. How crucial could that be come the end of this race? Dust is just... Jimmy didn't give us a beverage yet. Oh, Henson did. So the game's over, unfortunately. Yeah, Dust might be well within a race of his own. I had to do it for him on the first try, yeah. Jimmy forgot wine existed. As dust is starting to close in, actually. 6.6. We'll keep a keen eye on him and see whether he can close up to the back of the guys ahead of him. He's got a big task to do it. Alex almost losing touch with Jaden. Has enough ERS to close back in if he needs, but those hard tyres are going to be very, very quick compared to the mediums behind him. He's going to get DRS for this lap, so that would have been my guess as well. Oh, there you go. Jimmy's on his own. We've not been able to get it. We have a right train at the moment from 2nd to 6th. That might be the most entertaining bit we get for the rest of this race. The battle for 2nd, unless Leon makes a mistake. Dust is, yeah, you can see all the time he's losing without that DRS. So it might be a bit of a struggle for him this race as he goes a little bit wide going into the tight left-hander. No one's making a move in this gaggle of cars. Leon is the virtual Max Verstappen. Yeah. Blame Jens for selling me. He was a little bit behind his pace. Yeah. What can you do? Simon has almost certainly run out of ERS and is now the first one to dive into the pits here on lap 11. Looks like we have had... Is that Bully spin again? It is. Bully just cannot keep it in a straight line these last couple of races. After taking a sprint and race win, Canada double. It looks like Stinky Pinky and Diedrich are in the pits as well. So Simon coming in very early on those hard tyres. He has 16 laps to do. Very easily done, actually. The soft runners have made that work very, very nicely. Skillet still on the softs up into P9. And it looks like the DRS train is starting to spread out a little bit. Alex has just lost touch. Is he going to close back in? He is. Where's the DRS zone? He might well have got with him. We will just wait and see. He has. So he's going to have to burn quite a lot of ERS and stay within that 1 second mark if he wants to be dragged around even. Mitch in P4, still got the DRS, and Kadoy as well. If I'd have continued driving, I would have been lapped twice. Oh, that's triple, is it? X%. Hello, mate. Yeah, no, if you weren't enjoying your control experience, then maybe enjoying the stream instead is a better idea. So I don't blame you. Simon comes out in P8 on those hard tyres, has quite a lot of fresh air with his teammate behind him as well, who's not going to challenge him, I imagine. So Simon may well be able to get a pretty nice undercut. Saved a lot more ERS up than he had quite a while ago, 30%. And it looks like those tyres have warmed up nicely in that, I don't know whether to say Beautiful from Alpine, one of the A's, nearly there. Mitch comes into the pits as we are going to get a good strategy battle, actually. Maybe the safety car being off might work in our favour. Mitch comes in. I think this might be the first Tier 2 race that has felt like an actual F1 race when people coming in different laps, no safety cars, and a bit of strategy. As Mitch is going to get out. Where's Simon? Simon sends one right round the outside, and these guys are going to go wheel to wheel. I imagine Mitch will back off. He's not going to have the tyre temp. Mitch is going to try and keep it. This can only end badly. As it looks like, yeah, there you go. Knew it. Should have backed out one of them. But they didn't, and Mitch has been sent round. I didn't quite see who was at fault for that. He gets overtaken by Mons and Alici Christie, and that has completely ruined his race. Oh, and he's been tagged by Bully again. Tagged by Bully again, and that is Mitch down in P12, and that is one of the front runners out of contention, almost certainly. Simon, we'll be interested to see how much time he lost from that, and whose fault that was as well. Never go side by side through the S's. It feels like rule 101 of racing here at COTA, and those two did not follow it, so that may well be a report. Looks like Alici is going to make a move down the inside of Mons, gets that done very nicely. As Mons just backs out. Thinks better of it, which is probably sensible. Apologies if I'm pretty loud into my mic. I don't know. As Kadoy almost loses it. He's got a 3-second penalty. Alex is looking pretty comfy at the moment in P3 with no penalty. Jaden and Leon on the hard tyres are the guys who looking like they may well bring up the two first spots on the podium on those hard tyres, unless Alex can get a nice undercut and stick with them. Dust is 9.5 behind Godoy now. So Hemo will get a pretty nice P5 out of all this. Potentially P6. Mon picks up a 5-second penalty for spinning the pit lane. I think that's his 11th second penalty. In fact, we'll find out. 11 seconds. There you go, Mons. Jens is on 6 seconds. Leon and Godoy on 3. So Jens is not going to be challenging the podium sitters anytime soon. As it looks like Skillet has managed to get past Mons. Mons was in the pits. Bully is now behind Stinky Pinky on much older hard tyres. So Stinky Pinky has gone into the pits from those soft tyres. And it's going to be looking to chase after Alici Christie, who is also on very, very hard tyres. And old hard tyres. Looks like Alex is under threat from Godoy. Godoy on those hard tyres. Tries a switchback, doesn't quite have the grip. And is not going to send one down the inside, probably sensibly. But can he get the grip to make it round the outside? Doesn't Alex. Just moves over to come off. I'll be very surprised if he goes around the outside there. He's going to try it. He's going to try it, but yeah, the corner was not in his favour there. As Alex is going to come into the pits. He is not. He's going to carry on. Is Alex going for a medium soft? Looks like he might well be, because he would only have about 14 laps on the hard tyres. Unless we are trying to go to the rain, which I'm not sure if there is any. Simon is the leading of the guys who have come into the pits already after that contact with Mitch, who is now down in P12. And it looks like... no, Mitch is not coming to the pits again. That's just the tyre offset. Jens on the back of Dust, although it does have 6 seconds of penalties, and will have the slower tyres come the end of the race. So we might have to watch for these guys fighting over 6th and 7th. Potentially might drag. Oh, Simon will be up front. That might be it for the battle for the top 6. And we will see. Godoy still on the back of Alex. Can he make a move? He hasn't got much ERS to play with at all. Alex is going to burn his. And Godoy sends one down the inside. Is he going to give Alex room? It looks like he is. I should go off board more, shouldn't I? It looks so much better. Godoy is going to get that move done probably with the better tyres. And Alex thinks better of it, thinking of his race. Is he going to try one? It's probably best advice to not lose too much time. You can see, yeah, just trying around the inside. Maybe going for the switchback if you can, but doesn't have the tyre grip. And there we go. That is Godoy up into P3. Very nicely done from him. It may well be a fight between Godoy, Alex and Simon for the last podium position. Godoy and Alex will be fighting probably to get as far up in the championship as possible. Looks like Godoy's coming to the pits as well, so he's probably going for the mediums. Alex is in, and will be very interesting to see what he puts on. Is he going to go for softs? And are we going to get Godoy mediums versus Alex softs? That'll be very interesting. Looks like Godoy has put on the mediums. What is Alex going to put on? It's going to be the hard tyres. Okay. Very strange strategy from Alex, who's gone longer on the mediums than he has on the hard tyres. So he's going to be hoping to stick to the back of the Ferrari ahead of him. Those hard tyres are going to take a lot longer to warm up than Godoy ahead of him, and he's already out of the DRS zone, so he's going to have to do some work. Godoy does have that 3-second penalty, so he's going to have to make the most of those softer tyres. Looks like he may be well picking up a penalty again sometime soon. Simon Busfan has jumped these two by quite a lot. Almost 4 seconds behind to Godoy. So Simon's definitely in contention for this third podium spot with only 12 laps to go. He will probably be closed in by the guys behind, but with the DRS here, he will not have too much trouble staying with them and maybe coming back at them if he saves an DRS, which at the moment he is slowly saving up. Diedrich looks like he's got past Alici as I almost dropped my controller. And we'll go off board again. Alex is 1.7 now behind Godoy, who's losing a little bit of time behind Simon. Simon looking like he's got some serious straight line speed in that car. Dust is... looks like we had Leon into the pits on those medium tyres, who is looking like he's cruising away with this race. Jaden still out there on those hard tyres. I imagine we'll go onto softs, but I imagine we'll not be able to challenge his mates. And Jens is finally into the pits after his spin. Simon gets past him. So Simon looking very pretty right now. Dust still going on those hard tyres. Alex looks like he has got past Jens. Sorry, Jens is in the pits. Yep, goes on to the soft tyres. Medium softs, very nicely done from him, apart from the spin in that lovely looking Red Bull car. His teammate Mitch may well get past him as well. I imagine Jens will be let through probably quite easy. Mitch, the constructors, still in the favour of AlphaTauri with Alex up so high, and Dust probably going to come out around P11, P12. But we're almost certainly coming back at Mitch and Jens. Elsewhere we have Kadoy is now only 2.2 behind Simon Barsfan. So we may well get Kadoy clearing Simon Barsfan quite easily. But with not many laps left, he's going to have to get 3 seconds up the road. We may well get Alex by the end of this race, closing up to the back of Simon Barsfan. So it might be a very, very interesting battle for the final podium spot. And if anything happens to Jaden and Leon, it'll be very interesting to see. Jaden, by staying out this link, was he going to come in now? He is going to come in now as he destroys the pit bollard. So he's almost put himself at risk of an undercut. Almost certainly actually will be passed by, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see how long it takes as Leon sets the fastest lap of the race. Has Jaden got enough of an overcut even? As it looks like Dust is in the pits as well. Is Simon going to be able to get past? It looks like he might just. He's going to get past. Is Kadoy going to get past? I think he's not. So Jaden on those very fresh medium tyres is going to come out in P3. So he's going to have to overtake Simon ahead of him, but will Kadoy on those very warm and very fresh excuse me, medium tyres, he will get a very good chance to overtake the Mercedes ahead of him, who's looking like he might be lagging about a little bit, with DRS going down the main straight, which will be crucial for his race. Puts another car between him and Alex for when Alex's tyres start coming to him, and he definitely does not need to be held up behind the Mercedes in his pursuit of Simon. Jaden is probably fine, although Jaden already within the DRS of Kadoy. Kadoy is going to try the move. He just doesn't have the DRS, does he? No, look at that, Jaden with 60%. So, excuse me. Jaden is going to hold that position for now, and I imagine he's going to breeze past Simon on the next lap, as it looks like Jaden almost locks up and goes into the back of the Alpine ahead of him. And all this fighting is almost certainly going to help Alex, who is 3 seconds behind. It looks like Jens has got past Daedric. Daedric, who is on 6th lap, old hard tyres, so came in pretty early. And imagine will probably fall back a little bit through the field. Stinky is doing fantastically in P6 with a 4-second gap to Jens behind him. So very much looking like he's on for a P7 in this race. Excuse me. I've been talking all day at work, so my throat is starting to close up a little bit. No, I'm sorry you had to hear that. That's horrible. As it looks like Jaden has got Simon. Very nice done from him. And is that going to give Kadoy a chance? It looks like it isn't. Although Simon might well get back past the Mercedes, who looks like outbraked himself. As Jens sets the fastest lap of the race. Can Kadoy, is he going to try it? Yeah, probably wise backing off in the S section. Dust looks like he has got past Mitch. Oh, sorry, Mitch is in the pits. No, he's not. Mitch is not in the pits. Mitch has just been passed. Excuse me. Ugh, that is not nice. So, Dust is probably the biggest threat to Stinky Pinky's P7 at the moment, which is crucial for Dust if he wants to carry on his championship charge. It'd be very interesting to see whether Alex can get up further than the 5th he is in at the moment, because if Dust manages to get to P7 and Alex only stays in 5th, then Dust will almost certainly be in the lead of this championship, with Alex only a point or two behind him. And I imagine both of them will be right on the tail of Farth, and we're going to have a very exciting last 3 races, which will be good. I will be here for all of them, so you get to see them all. Elsewhere, it looks like Kadoy has managed to get past Simon. Looks like... Oh, and they've run each other off the road. Kadoy's going to get that move done. That's going to give Alex a chance. Looks... I have no idea what happened there. I imagine that's going to be another report. Looks like Alex is going to manage to get past Simon. Kadoy now into the pits. He's got a legal overtake, has he? I have no idea. It does look like Kadoi was on the outside, and Simon may have run him quite wide. So we will wait and see. That gives Alex a pretty clear run in P3 at the moment. Who is putting up some pretty stout defence today, maybe over the line a little bit. As Jens has got past Stinky Pinky already. Wow, he's got 6 extra penalties though, so he's going to have to get a move on. Dustin P8 has got past Daedric. Mons picks up a 3-second penalty. Stinky Pinky picks up a 3-second penalty. Looks like Simon's got one as well. Looks like as Mons retires from the session in the pits. So that's not going to cause a safety car. Even my safety cars have done really matter. Jens picks up another 3-second penalty, so that's 9 seconds for him. So Stinky Pinky's P6, P7 is almost certainly still on. He's going to be under threat from dust almost certainly by the end of this race. As we are on lap 20 out of 28, we have 9 laps to go. What has been a clean, yet somehow still chaotic Austin race. And we have managed to get a whole stream together, which is lovely. No glitches, no nothing, which is the best thing I think I've said all day. It looks like Mons' dead corpse is on the track still. Leon 10 seconds ahead of his mate Jaden. Leon is absolutely cruising to the win, and probably deserves a tier 1 seat. We actually do have one up, and we have an Alfa Romeo seat, so he's more than welcome to one if he wants. Elsewhere, Kadoi still on the back of his mate Simon. Kadoi will be looking to get past as soon as possible. Simon has not much ERS, neither Kadoi. Dust has managed to get past Stinky now. Stinky Pinky is he in the pits? As Mitch has retired from the session in the pits. From P10? I have no idea why. And Stinky Pinky's put on a set of soft tyres. Has Mitch been booted from the session? Oh dear. Right. We're inviting him back as soon as possible. And is that just retired? Is that... No, has Mitch left the session again? Lovely. Right, hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. It looks like Jaden's 15 seconds now behind. I am, as Kadoi and Simon are going side to side. Kadoi looks like he's got that done very nicely. I do not trust my my timings at the moment. Jaden is going very, very slowly. I have no idea why. Mitch has left session and it has ruined it. I think for us here watching, Jaden picks up a 3-second time penalty as he has just coasted out of the way. Right. Okie dokie then. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, we have a yellow flag. That is Bully who spun again. Bless his heart. Kadoi is right behind Jaden, who I have no idea if Jaden is... There we go, yeah. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. Right, looks like the only one desynced at the moment is Jaden, that I can see, I think. So I imagine he's still up in P2. Let's see if his car is driving like an AI. Oh yeah, that is AI. That's some serious AI he's got going on there. So he, I imagine, will be up in P2, so we will call this the battle for P3, even though LX is in P2. Jens is on the back of Jaden, who's just falling down, although we will not take that seriously for now. Dust in P7. Stinky came into the pits. Looks like Alichi has managed to get past Daedric. Who is Daedric going slowly? Yeah, Daedric is desynced as well. Skillet as well. I can't quite tell who is desynced and who isn't. As we have a yellow flag, that is that Chris Piper? I'm not entirely sure. Dust gets past Jaden. This is not going to be a very fun stream. Till the end, we may well get the final race results at the end of the race. I'm going to leave you guys only about 3 or 4 drivers in this league. Can actually run track. Okay. Right, well, I do not know who is desynced and who isn't. It's Simon. We will find out. He's got Jens right behind him for what looks like Simon isn't. As Mitch has left the session and the server and ruined this race a little bit with leaving as a host. But that is fine. We will have to find another host. And I do not know what to tell you at the moment because I don't know who's where and who's doing what. As, hopefully this isn't going to ruin the racing tools as well. I think it may well do. Yeah. Godoy is really far off the back of Alex at the moment. Although, again, I don't know if he is or not. It doesn't much for us. Alex looks like he is at least synced to the stream. As we wait out the final 5 laps of this race. Not much going on at the moment. Pretty good big gaps. It looks like Simon's been passed by Jens, and I imagine will not be able to hang on to that very much. Although probably will get that P4 back, considering Jens has about 1,000 seconds of penalties. Let's find out what he's got. 9 seconds penalties. Simon has 3. Stinky Pinky is now in the lead. Brilliant. Yeah. Right, well, Stinky Pinky currently in the lead. Which I will screenshot, and he will have that as his profile picture forever. As Mitch has absolutely fucked us over here, unfortunately. But you can't, as it looks like, I don't know anymore. Stream's fucked. Hopefully the lobby is fine for everyone else. I imagine it's fine because no one's coming into the chat and going, what the fuck is going on? Jaden magically makes a move up to P1. Look at that. Oh, now Stinky's down in P12. He's lost 11 positions in one corner. That's incredible. Jaden all the way up from P9 to P1. Fantastic from him. Wow, what a race. As I can't wait for this to be over. You cannot trial people's intelligence, unfortunately. Oh dear. As it's now Daedric and Stinky in P2 and P3. Fantastic from them. Daedric now is 22 seconds off the back of Jaden, though. And it looks like Stinky might get that P2 as Simon picks up a penalty for 3 warnings. It's going to be such an interesting battle between Stinky and Daedric. Look at that. They're so evenly matched that the gap is remaining 2.78 seconds. That is incredible. As now Daedric's taken P1. Incredible. Well done him. Stinky in P2-1. P2-1. P2. Still 2.787 seconds behind. These guys are so well matched. It's incredible to see. But now Stinky has lost almost 10 seconds in about 5 milliseconds. How's he done that? I don't know. It literally makes his way past Jaden, who's gone from P1. Are we just seen an actual? Oh no, he's back in P1. This is amazing. Jaden's back in P1 and he's 41 seconds ahead of Stinky Pinky. Daedric's now dropped down to P9. Stinky's in P10. Who knows what's going to happen next? This is PRL, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, no one knows what's going to happen next. It's incredible. Simon's down in P6. Dust is going side by side with Simon. I don't know if this is real or not. It looks like Simon's tried to murder Dust by having an oversteer moment. That's Dust up into P7, P8 now, because Stinky and Daedric are back in P2 and P3. Leon, your one-time race leader, is now down in P4. He's having a bit of a stinking last stint. Alex, who knows where he is? He's in P5 at the moment. Jens with 12 seconds of penalties is a car. He's a car, that's all we can say for these guys. They are cars and they are trying their best. Leon has made his way past Stinky Pinky. Has he actually? I'm well confused. I think these are the guys who are getting lapped, are they? I think potentially they're getting lapped. As Stinky Pinky now down in P3. So Leon makes his way back up into P2. Daedric Prince is your race leader at the moment. No, that's not it. Yeah, there he is. So he's got one lap to go and Daedric wins this race. Incredible. Oh, no, take it back. Jaden is now 30 seconds ahead of Daedric. An incredible corner from him. Bully and Skillet are going side by side. Looks like they actually are. Now Leon's up into P2. Daedric has lost a bunch of positions down in P10. And this is actually the most fun I've had in a while. I'm entertaining myself brilliantly. Alex up into P3. Fantastic. We've got 6 people watching the desync stream. Brilliant. I hope you all guys are having fun. Mons has left the session. Couldn't deal with the crazy position changes. Jens has retired from the session. I don't know where. There on the first corner. So he's down in P9. Maybe. Has he? I don't even know if he's retired from the session. So that gives a position to Simon, who's now down in P8, but could be in P4. I don't know. Stinky is in P4 at the moment. Daedric is losing time to Jaden ahead of him. I don't know who's going to win this race. Jaden has won the race? Has he won the race? Leon is, I imagine, going to come across the line to win this race. I pray it all sorts itself out. There we go. Leon does win this race. From who? From Jaden? I imagine so. Although Jaden's Jaden's already celebrated. There we go. Jaden 7.77 behind. Is it going to be Alex? I imagine. Yeah, Alex is going to come across to take the final podium spot. Is it? It is. It is. P3 for Alex. Then it's going to be Kadoy in P4. How far was he behind Alex? I don't know. Oh, Dust in P4. Wow. Where's that come from? Fair enough. Simon in P5. Who's P7? Who is it? Is it Ilichi? Is it Daedric? Is it Stinky? I imagine it's Stinky. No, it's Daedric. Daedric. Stinky in P8. Then is it going to be Ilichi or Skillet? Get your bets in now, everybody. Ilichi or Skillet for P9? It's Ilichi. Ilichi in P9, Skillet in P10, I imagine. Bully, who is 55 seconds ahead of himself. Incredible. Who's left? Jens was the one. Oh, there we go. Lovely. What a fantastic ending to what was actually shaping up to be quite a good race. Apologies for the desync. The host left the lobby. Stinky Pinky gets driver of the day. I hope that the data has transferred properly to Racing Tools. I imagine it probably hasn't, and I have to enter it manually, which is just brilliant. And there we have it. That is Tier 2, Round 7 done. Leon is your winner, unsurprisingly. And then we have it. I am whacked from that. That was there we go. Leon in P1, unsurprisingly. Jaden in P2, LX in P3, and then Dust in P4 out of nowhere. I did not see that one coming. Did Jens retire? He didn't retire. He was in P11, I think, classified. Yeah, he was. Kadoy in P5, Simon in P6, Daedric in P7, Stinky Pinky in P8, Ilichi in P9, Skillet in P10, Jens in P11, Bully in P12, Chris Piper in P13, Mitch in P14, who has gone now, Mons in P15, P16 was Maurizio, Iron Kid in P17, Triple in P18. And there we have it. Right. Give me 2 seconds. And there we go. That is everything. I'm going to go, I don't know, drink more, probably, after whatever that was. Thank you all for joining me. Apologies for the desync again. We will see you next week. Hopefully COTA will be here for Tier 1 Qatar, which I imagine will be just as chaotic. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the PRL channel, and we will see you next week. Peace.